Good morning. Hello, hello. Let me know when you're on. Make sure to say hello. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. It's been a minute for me, and I was having a little bit of trouble with StreamYard. So hello, hello. Says we have 2 on. If you're watching replay, make sure to type in hashtag replay so that I know you are here. Hello, Sue. Sue, can you hear me okay? Hello, Elizabeth from Norway. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Betty. Hello, Christina. Hi, Carla. Awesome. Good morning, Linda. Great. Okay, I'm so glad to have so many friends joining this morning. Yes, it has been a little while since I've been live. Just to catch up a little bit, we had our retailers retreat in early September. I think I've been live since then though, but and then we went on vacation in mid to late September. My girls have had volleyball. It's volleyball season, and it wouldn't be so bad except they're on 2 different teams. And so it was like whenever one wasn't practicing, the other one was. And so in volleyball tournaments, and I've just been pretty much full-time mom since school started after vacations and whatnot. So, which is awesome. It's nice to be able to see my kids doing what they love. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Rennie. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I have been extremely busy, but I mean, I'm not going to say things are going to slow down because they are never going to slow down. They'll just find other things to fill my time with. We're just at that stage of life, you guys, where I've got a daughter in high school. I have 2 others in middle school, and we're at that stage where, they want to go everywhere and do all the things with their friends, and none of them drive. We don't have an Uber account set up, so I'm the chauffeur. Yeah, it's a lot. So anyway, but it's a good thing. Today we're going to talk about contour liners and 3D pens. These are some of my favorite products from Pentart. We are actually going to do a project today. We're going to do a little Halloween project. It's too early for Christmas, y'all. So I'm seeing all these Christmas projects. And yes, I did do one because we have our Christmas release coming up, but it's too early for me to do a lot of Christmas anyway. So we are going to stick with spooky kind of Halloween theme. We're going to do a little pumpkin, and we're going to talk about contour liners and 3D pens and a lot of other stuff too, of course. So just by housekeeping, you guys, like that, we're on week 32. Y'all all know the drill by now, but try to save your questions on the products until the end because I don't have a moderator. And sometimes when I'm doing lives, I just get focused on the project. So I'll save time at the end to ask questions, keep the questions on topic, etc. Say hello to each other. You guys, it's an awesome community. Let's enjoy each other's company for the next hour, and then of course join us again at 3:00 on the Decoupage Queen channel for Creative Hour. Sue, do you happen to know, Sue, who the guest is for Creative Hour today? I do not know, but we always have awesome guests. Okay, Rennie. I can't say yet. It will be soon, but I can't say exactly when yet. Linda something. Okay, so we're gonna do this pumpkin, and I have gone ahead. Hello, Mara. I have gone ahead and painted it with primer paste. So if you don't have time to wait a full 24 hours, excuse me, for bonding primer to do its magic, this is a good alternative primer paste. It's white and it's pretty sticky, and it will stick to just about any surface as well. So I went ahead and I coated this little plastic pumpkin with primer paste and white. And we are going to do a little pumpkin, a spooky pumpkin, to kind of match the vignette. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed my little theme. I think this might have been the last live that I did with the mirror mist. But I've got this little piece too. So we're going to stay, all of my Halloween projects this year are kind of following a little bit of a trend, a sort of aesthetic. So we're going to stick with that aesthetic for this pumpkin as well. We're going to do a little bit of decoupage, a little bit of freehand things, and of course we are going to use contour liners and 3D pens as well. I love the dress form mold too. If you haven't seen yet, the Royal Court retailers will have some new molds also from La Blanche. If you haven't seen those yet, keep your eyes peeled for those. We've got 5 new La Blanche molds coming in. Those will actually be shipping out to retailers this week. Good morning, Kathy. Okay, that's it. So we have Lisa from Crazy Mom Creations will be on today at 3 Eastern for Creative Hour. So I just painted this like really, really quickly before I started, just because I wanted this plastic to have a little bit of tooth. I didn't get too crazy with it, but it wasn't quite dry yet. So bear with me while I dry. Anybody have any fun plans this weekend? All right, well, that should be dry enough to at least work with a little bit here. So I'm going to do a little bit of alternating decoupage or just kind of randomly decoupage. We're going to stick with these 2 papers. We're not going to decoupage the whole thing. We're just going to kind of do a section at a time. Well, maybe we'll do some, I wonder if we should we do some checks too, you guys? I was kind of digging the checks on the pumpkin patch mold. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of holding my paper up and I'm taking my fingernail and rubbing it along those seams so that I kind of know how I'm going to cut it. Bearing in mind, we're not going to be able to get it exact because this is a bit of a curved surface. So I've got enough here to work with that I can begin to cut that. Yeah, maybe we will do a few checks on it too. That would be kind of fun. You're going to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh boy, the date night with Mr. Stink Eye. So my kids, you know, they're very involved in the church youth group, and one of their fundraisers every year is we actually have a farm from New Mexico that that we buy pumpkins from, and we have a pumpkin patch at our church. And we usually get 2 or 3 loads each year of pumpkins, and the youth are responsible for manning the pumpkin patch and selling the pumpkins. And it's a really good fundraiser. Anyway, this year I volunteered to work a shift with them. We had a lot of fun. It was awesome. So we worked earlier this week. We did a shift together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and decoupage this on, and I'm going to just kind of tear into my paper a little bit because I am working around a curved surface. This should not be, if you've watched me do ornaments and stuff, hopefully what I'm doing is not new to you, but think of it kind of like the darts in a dress, right? Like the darts in a dress. You have to, the fabric is a solid piece, but you have to kind of conform it around a little bit of a curved surface. And I just have to remember which section I cut my piece out for. Okay, so there's this one. I'm just going to tuck this under here. And I'm not worried so much about edges or anything, because that is what we're going to use our contour liner and stuff for, is to really just kind of clean up edges and whatnot. So see how I'm doing is just kind of working my brush down and around. And the darts are kind of helping it conform. All right, we'll do another decoupage. Let's do one over here. Let's do, thank you, Teresa. Oh my gosh. Dana, are you driving that truck? When are y'all leaving? That is, whew, good luck, sister. Driving your youngest to Chicago. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. So I'm just going to choose one over here. I'm not doing every other one. I'm just kind of trying to keep it sort of fluid. All right, that's this section right here. So you can see where I marked it off, and I'm just gonna kind of water cut along that little indentation. It's not perfect, but you know, with decoupage, you guys, you know, you don't always have to be perfect, because you can do, like, you can clean up a lot of mistakes with waxes and antiquing gel and 3D pens. I use 3D pens a lot. Like when I have seams that don't line up, I just put 3D pen dots on it to camouflage, and it sort of makes it look polished. Trading off driving, leaving on Monday. Oh my gosh. And Kathy's on her way home from the beach. Oh, lots of awesome stuff happening, you guys. So I am going to try to get back at least one day during the week. During the week, it probably, I don't know what day it will be, but maybe it's looking like Thursdays might be a good day. So I am going to try to get back at least one day a week. We still have to finish. Before I took my extended break, we were working on a fairy house. So I still have to finish that. I have not done anything to it since my last Crafty Mixed Media live. So we can just pick up right where we left off, you guys, if you follow me, if you are a Crafty Mixed Media watcher. If not, feel free to join in anytime. I do have a Telegram, and it's t.me@Teresa Renee Art. I'm really excited about this Christmas season and doing some Christmas crafting. I was kind of thinking about doing maybe an ornament series because I have lots of fun ideas. I've been shopping for some ornament blanks this morning. So I'm thinking about doing a little ornament series probably after the fairy house is finished. Okay. All right. So I got 2 pieces decoupage. I think I probably need one more here. And I'm not sure. Let's see. Not sure which one. I'll probably do the stripes again. Let's do the stripes again, just because we don't have a lot of, like, I don't have stripes already in my other 2 pieces. So let's do stripes again. All right. Over here and do that. All right. Try not to put my brushes in my drinking water. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll take and dry this decoupage so I don't mess it up as I'm touching it. You found noms in the cooler. Oh, thank you, Sue. Yes, the fairy house. I mean, it's been a while since we worked on the fairy house, but it's in the exact same spot that I left it in. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Rima. Okay, so I'll just put it here. Well, let's put this guy here. And I'm just going to tuck that under. Oh, you know what? I didn't tear in. All right, let's try this again. Just trying to make sure it's on there properly. All right. Come on down. All right. Anybody else doing anything fun and exciting this weekend? So far, we have Earth, Wind, and Fire. We have moving truck. We have kids' activities, etc. Okay, now I'm just going to dry. Just going to dry this. So I'm just doing, I think I'm just going to do the 3 strips of decoupage. And then I'll paint the other part. If I did one more strip, I would do it here, like right here. I'll let you guys vote. Should I do another strip of the Gothic here? I can't decide because that would leave 1, 2, 3, 4 sections to paint, which I think would be enough to demonstrate what I need to do. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do one more strip and then I'll dry just to keep the flow kind of working. We'll do that one here. Let me dry this one so I don't get all mucked up here. This is just a plastic pumpkin from Hobby Lobby, you guys. Hey, Laurel, how are you? Thank you guys for being here. I really wanted to do a project with you guys today. Since I haven't been on in a while, I didn't want to just come on and, you know, like do a quick demo and then leave. I thought I would stick around and spend some quality time with my peeps. Hopefully, so just last week, I woke up with a terrible migraine, so I wasn't able to join in last week, unfortunately. But these things happen, you know. All right. And I don't remember what we were supposed to cover last week, but we will probably do a makeup of it. And then the stuff that's on the schedule, I mean, there's not a whole lot remaining. And in my opinion, most of what's left is pretty self-explanatory. So I don't think that anybody's going to struggle if we don't have demos of some of those things. But it's always nice to finish strong and I'm not even really sure what we have left. I mean, we have been through all the tricky things. We've covered just about all of it, and we have created this amazing resource, you guys. So if I wanted to just give a shout out to Miriam at Chameleon. She has done a fantastic job of documenting each product as we've completed the lives. So I thank her for her assistance with that. You know, Rennie, to be honest, I'm just winging it. Hey, Brenda. All right, so we'll put this guy on, and then we'll get to work with the paint. I'm going to paint 4 sections then. Right. Let's get this guy on. Okay. Right. All right. So boom, boom, boom. Down, down, down. And then over here as well. Anna, I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. You harvested all of your pumpkin patch. Oh, like an actual, you grew pumpkins? That's pretty awesome. All right, I am liking the addition of the extra strip there. So okay, so for the remaining ones, we are going to use this purple. It's not really purple. It's called sparkling brass. And that's the same color that I used along the sides here, but it shows up like a purple. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So we're using the Pentart sparkling brass. And then we're just going to be using a black. We're just going to be using the Pentart black matte for the remaining strips. And then we're going to do a couple fun, quirky little things with the contour liners and pens. Yes, it's like a gothic purple. It is my go-to Halloween color. It's called sparkling brass. If you don't have it, it definitely belongs in your craft room. All right. I think that's dry enough that I'm not going to get it mucked up. All right, let's get, I'm going to use these brushes. These are newish. Some of our retailers have these in stock now. I like them because the bristles are kind of stiff. So we now have this pack and another pack. The other pack is the bristles are a little bit softer. But this one comes, you get it like, you get like 6 different sizes. And these two, the 8 and the 6 are going to be really perfect for what we're doing here. I think I'm going to skip doing the checks. I don't think that that's going to fit with the vibe of this particular pumpkin. So I don't think I'm going to do a checked one. All right, let me grab my black and I should probably like go through and consolidate. I've got tons of half opened black ones. All right. So this one I'm going to do black here. And that's going on beautifully right over that primer paste. If I have any glasses in here. Hello, Shannon. How are you? Welcome, Nancy. Which Nancy is on? I don't see a Nancy. Oh, Nancy Leon. Hi. Oh, first time watching from Southern California. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Okay. Gateshead, UK. Awesome. We've got people from all over the world, and I love it. So the bottom probably is not going to be terribly put together, tied together, and polished. We can fix most of that with paint, but that's sort of the underneath part is can be a little bit tricky. We can save that for like after the rest of it is done. All right, so that one's going to be black. And then we'll make this one black also. And then we'll do the other two in that purple color. Oh, the other Nancy came on. Hello, Nancy. Nancy Watson. How are the chickens doing, Nancy? Nancy always has some sort of chicken drama happening at her house. Okay. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Um, Not much drama right now. Laying machines. That's awesome. All right, now I'm gonna get my sparkling brass metallic. I will probably need 2 coats of the paint. Let's get this one. I will definitely need 2 coats of the paint. So a lot of times when I do projects, um, I like to, if I'm in a particular season, I like to sort of do coordinating projects that will look nice together when they're displayed together. Kind of like series types of things. So I guess that's kind of what I'm doing here is trying to create a few pieces that you can pull out year after year and tie in with the decor. This will definitely need another coat. It's going to be, once it gets that second coat on, then you'll really be able to see it. Looks a little bit like a hot mess right now. That's okay. We are in the hot mess phase of the project. They all have that phase. All right. Dry. You can sort of see the idea. I was actually thinking, like, now that I'm looking at it, it would be really pretty if we had like velvet powder on one of these blacks. You just get creative, each section is a new opportunity to try something different. If we weren't doing contour liners and stuff today, I would probably do a velvet powder on one of the blacks. So yeah, see, I have this white hole at the bottom. I can fix that though. Like after it's completely dry, I'll just take some scraps of papers and complete that. I'm not as worried about that right now as I am the top and side. Hey, Nicole. Okay, so I do have a fair amount of retailers on. You guys, if you are a retailer and you are carrying our Pentart product, any of the paints that I've used, any of the decoupage clean papers, but in particular, if you have the contour liners and the 3D pens, please, now is your opportunity to share those links so people know how to find you. I'm sure everybody here knows how to find our retailers, but Sue, if you don't mind also dropping the link to the Royal Court locator. Many of our retailers are also carrying these products in their shops or booths. So more and more, you will start to be able to find these locally when you shop at some of these independent small businesses. So we love small business, you guys. That is why we created this product line. We wanted something unique that you can't find on Amazon. And they are exceptional quality, much higher quality than what you can find on some of the big box craft shops for sure. Okay, I'm going to paint this stem black, so I'm just going to get up in there. Thank you, guys. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? All right. All right, there's that one. Let me switch over to the sparkling. We may finish this off with a couple little molds too. Maybe one of those new LeBlanc, some of those little flourishes. Hello, Robin. How are you? All right, so let's paint this down. And see how much bolder that sparkling brass slash purple color is starting to come across with that second coat. Really phenomenal color. I love, so if you guys use any of the Pentart metallics, the sparkling line, I just love it. They have a sparkling blue, which is just delicious. It's really hard for me not to just use sparkling blue with every project. But at Halloween time, the sparkling brass is a close, very close second. They have a sparkling gold too that's almost like a goldish black. I should have grabbed one. I was at the shop this morning. I should have grabbed that, but I didn't. Okay. All right. And then I got a couple little areas on my decoupage that I need to touch up with some paint. And then we will start working with our 3D pens and contour liners. I love the sparkling gold. Sparkling green is gorgeous too. We're going to make a post this week, but I'll tell you guys now, and particularly since Nicole's on. So I just got to tell you guys this story. I saw Nicole blend a couple of colors. I don't know which colors they were. They were not Pentart colors. I saw her blend a couple of colors together on a live, and she made this amazing brown. That was the most beautiful brown I had ever seen. And I searched high and low to see if I could find a formula in the Pentart line to make that same color. And I could not find it, a good substitute. So I had Nicole send me a sample of her paint, and I sent it to Pentart. And after almost a year of testing and going back and forth with them to try to get the color exactly right, it's slightly different than the one that Nicole and originally used. It is slightly different. I did modify it a little bit. We came up with this color. This is antique bronze. This is a brand new color in the Pentart line of metallics, you guys. I made it available to the retailers on Thursday. So many of them have ordered it, and it is on their way to retailers as we speak. So while she's here, I just wanted to give Nicole that little shout out. So this is antique bronze. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful color. But not only that, we were deficient on a beautiful brown wax. So we also have now an antique bronze brown wax, which is just stunning, stunning color. So I am so happy to have these. So I'm actually going to use this now, this antique bronze color, because it sort of does flow with our theme. And I'm just going to use that to kind of touch up some of these orange areas. It's got quite a bit of reddish orange in it, and it's going to camouflage some of these little holes fine. So I'm just going to use that to sort of camouflage some of my little mistakes in the paper here, or little rips or whatever, little touch-ups. Okay. I figured now is as good a time as any to spill the beans about our beautiful new color. They did make it, like I said, they made it just for us. It will be available all over the world. We don't get any sort of credit or any, any sort of naming rights. We just kind of send them what we want and they make it, and they make it available to everybody. So when you see creators all over the world using this gorgeous color, um, you know the backstory. And I hope to be able to create many, many more custom colors with them. Um, we had an amazing retailers retreat. Pentart was such. I just want to tell y'all, um, this is a company that cares about. They care about um, their customers. They care about us as a brand, and they care about the end users and all of our retailers. They were extremely supportive of our retailers retreat. They partnered with me to provide pretty much all the materials that we used in class. Um, and they were just so gracious and everything that I asked for. I feel extremely lucky to be able to partner with a brand like Pentart. Okay. And this is their business model, all over the world. They don't sell in big box stores. Um, they work with DIY shops and independent retailers all over the world. Okay, so I have tidied that up a little bit. I've got one little spot here. Can't tell if that's paint or what, but let me clean that one up. And I am going to go ahead and paint this stem as well. Oh, thank you, Mara. I appreciate that. All right. I got a couple little spots here. So now I'm just tidying up, you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this stem black. Like this little area, these little areas where you can still see a little bit of the underneath color. But you never know. Like, I mean, I do watch a lot of different creators, and you never know. Like, and I love to get inspiration from you guys. So you never know when something that I see y'all create or something that that you've done is just going to inspire something, a new paint color, decoupage paper. You just never know. One of my own personal creations, like when I created that pumpkin patch mold, you guys, the person that I know it's going to sound funny, but I actually was thinking of Debbie Rigg and the project that I did when I created that pumpkin patch mold, because I was thinking how perfect that would be with that checkered project that I made. So I don't always get to see the whole vision come to life, but it's fun when I do. But there's always there's always, when I create something, I always have, and I told Avetta this when she started creating papers, like when you create papers, always create them with whatever your ideal project is in mind. And then do the project, because that's the piece that is going to capture the heart and soul of what you created it. Okay. So now we can move on. I'm not going to take up any time and add any castings to this until I get all the contour liner stuff on. But just to kind of show you what I had in mind, I have these little castings from the new La Blanche mold. This one is called, what's it called? Ornament Louise. And I think a few of these just kind of scattered around, and probably even just in silver would be really pretty on it as a finishing touch. So that's probably how I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to save that and do that off camera. All right. In the meantime, it's 11 o'clock. I have spent an hour and we haven't even talked about contour liners or 3D pens. So let me move this out of the way. I'm just going to show you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'm going to show you guys the contour liners. Okay. I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know how many there are, but this has been, contour liners are such a popular product because there's just very few other options like it on the market. And Pentart has pretty much the biggest selection of products in this genre of any other company. So I'm just going to run through, we'll talk about 3D pens in a second, but I'm just going to run through all of the contour liner colors with you guys so you can see the options that are available. First and foremost, we have black. Everybody needs to have at least one black in their arsenal. I'll put that one to the side. We have eggplant. This is a pretty color. I'm going to keep this one out because I might use it. We have an orange color. I'll keep that one out too. Pardon my hands, you guys. I'm just a messy crafter. And I don't see the point in cleaning it up until I'm done. This is a newer color that we just got in recently. This is called fruit punch. It's like a pretty pink color. This one is called raspberry. It's another very pretty, more like a purplish pink color. We have, I don't even know what this one, blueberry. This one is called blueberry. So it's kind of like a periwinkle. We have a newer color called mint. This one is gorgeous. It's kind of like a Tiffany blue, really pretty. This one is called blue. And we have green. And we have pearl. And we have sparkling gold. That's a fun color. We have antique copper. And we have regular copper. We have red. We have lead. We have regular gold. And we have steel blue. Okay, so I was thinking about orange, or maybe I want something that's going to stand out. So I'll let y'all decide. I'm going to do some swirls with the contour liner, and I'm going to do it on the black. So I was thinking about orange, antique copper, or copper. And I'll let you guys decide which one you want me to use. So take a vote for orange. This is orange. Antique copper or copper. And it's hard to tell what color it's actually going to be, but I'll let you guys decide which one you want me to use. And here's my pumpkin, just in case you're not sure. We've got one vote for orange so far. Brenda says antique copper. Elizabeth says antique copper. Orange. So I've got 2 votes for orange, 2 votes for antique copper. We have another antique copper, 1 vote for copper. 2 votes for copper. Orange, it's about even, y'all. It's about even. I'm going to put copper has so far has the least. All right. I think I'm going to go with orange. I think that one had the most votes. And I do need the contrast, so I'm going to go with orange. I should have just gave you 2 options. Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna break open this orange. And oops. So this has like a little very thin nozzle, and you do have to cut it for it to come out. So you need a pair of scissors. You might have to cut. Yeah, you got to puncture this inside also. It's a pretty bright orange, you guys. I think it'll be okay though. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let me look at. I want to compare the colors. Let's get that antique copper because that was the second choice. So let's get that out too. And what we'll do is we'll compare the colors side by side and make sure it's what we intended. Okay. I wish there was one that was kind of in between these two. Yeah. All right, so antique copper, that's antique copper. And then here is the orange. The orange is pretty bright, you guys. I actually think the orange is going to be too bright. Now that I'm looking at it with my pumpkin, it's going to look a little bit too cartoonish. Yeah, so there's the orange and the antique copper. I think the orange is way too bright. So let's go with the antique copper. I'm glad we tested it first. It's always a good idea. And I don't really have any plan. I'm just going to start kind of drawing some little flourishes on here. I know. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to take it and I'm drawing some little flourishes. Some little swirls. And I really like the way that's coming out so far. And I'm going to do polka dots on one of them. So see my little swirls. Kind of connected. little flourishes. And then you just have to be really super careful not to touch it. So I just think it adds a little bit of elegant charm. And the amount of pressure that you squeeze will determine how thin or thick it comes out. And I'm not going to go too far on the bottom yet. Let's see. All right, and now I'll add a couple little dots here and there. Okay. I think that's pretty and elegant, kind of its own little thing there. Yeah, don't push too hard. Okay, so that's one. Let's use our 3D pen. And I actually have one in silver. So let's use our 3D pen and do actually, you know, I think I want to do polka dots on one with the same color. And I think I want to do it over here. So let me take this one and just do little polka dots. And right now I'm just kind of letting the project tell me what it needs. Okay, so there's polka dots on one. I think that's very elegant. Yes, it takes a little practice, you guys. All right, so now I'm going to take this one. This is the 3D pen in silver. These work pretty much the same way, but if you've ever used like liquid pearls, the 3D pens are very similar to liquid pearls. In my opinion, they're very similar. So this one is silver. I'm trying to decide because what I want to do now is I want to put, I think I'm actually going to use black. And then maybe I'll do some silver. Did I grab a black? I don't know if I even grabbed a black. All right, I guess it's gonna have to be silver because it doesn't look like I grabbed a black 3D pen, and I don't think I have one. And I actually went there to make sure that I had a black 3D pen. All right, so we're gonna do silver, and I'm gonna do like little dots just in between the sections, you guys, to really just kind of tie them all together. And I'm just taking the 3D pen. It works the same way. And I'm just making little dots in between the sections. If you make them too big and too close together, they will sort of bead together, which in this case is I kind of want that. I think black would have been better, but I don't have a black handy. But this might tie in with the, when I do the molds, the silver molds, it might tie in. And again, I do have a little bit of contrast now in between the sections, more so than black. They work exactly the same way, but the nozzle on the 3D pen is a little bit smaller. So you have a little bit more fine, you can get finer designs. Make sure I'm not squashing any polka dots or anything. And again, I'll do the back, the bottom separately. I'm glad I grabbed the smaller pumpkin. I was going to do a really big pumpkin. I'm glad I grabbed a smaller one. And I don't think that the metallic purple needs anything. I think I'm just going to leave those blank. So I kind of like that. This one's going to be a little challenging to get underneath. Ah, look what I just did. So this is not, I can paint that again and touch that up. I'm not going to mess with it right now just because the paint is still wet. But I can fix that. And now I got silver all over my hands. And I'm touching everywhere. So ideally wait until the sections are dry. So I'll come back in and finish the top. Still have some, I have a little bit of touch up to do. But it's just making like little pearls, little silver pearls in between the sections. Just to really, you know, and that's why I love these products for finishing touches, because it really just ties everything together. And it's so easy to do. Like I don't have to paint any real pearls or glue, worry about any glue or anything. I just take it. I use these so often for finishing pieces. And it just camouflages those separations so nicely. So I'll wait till that's dry, and of course I will touch that up. And then of course I have some work on the bottom to finish. But you guys, so there's my demo. It took me an hour and 20 minutes or a full hour to finally get to today's demo. But that is my demo on 3D pens and contour liners, you guys. So any questions, now is the time to ask some questions. Actually, and you know what I could do? That could be where my casting goes. There we go. Look at that. So I'll put my little castings, I don't need too many, just a couple, just to add some, couple little flourishes, and then call it done. Thank you guys so much. So what questions do you have? Do you have any questions about? Thank you, Robin. Thank you guys. Thank you. What can I use? All right, hold on one second. What can I use with or over the contour liners to make it super durable when using on top of an iron-on transfer? I found it doesn't adhere as well on that surface, and I think it is a type of vinyl. Oh, okay. When I use it to outline, maybe I should paint a thin line of bonding primer first. That's a tough question, Laurel. I'm not sure. You know what I would probably do? Are you using the iron-on transfer? Are you using it like on fabric, or is it on some other surface? Because if it's on another surface, you could actually do just a layer of varnish over the top first, and then put it on like a matte, do a matte varnish over the top of the whole thing. I think that would help. If it's fabric, I would probably put a little bit of fabric medium around where you're going to outline, because it could be the porosity or something, or the glossiness of the transfer that's affecting it. I don't have much experience with iron-on transfers, but from what I remember, they are a little bit glossy, and I feel like that could impact the adhesion. So you do want something to sort of tone down that glossiness. All right. Any other questions? If you make it, it's just like paint, Anna. It's literally paint in her question is, if you make a mistake, how forgiving is it to wipe away? So think of it as like paint in a tube. It's going to work the same way as paint. So you see here, like I'm not able to wipe that away. So I'm just going to have to paint over it where I made that mistake. Okay. So the surface of it will stay raised, but it does spread. Both of them will spread just a little bit. Which do I feel? Let's see. Which do you feel I have better control over? I personally, when I'm reaching, I reach for the 3D decor pen most often, because I love to do these dots, and I feel like I have more control with the consistency of the size of the dots that I want with the 3D decor pen. But I had a pretty good amount of control when I was doing these little swirls. So I don't know. I probably wouldn't have attempted the finer, more detailed swirls with the 3D pen, because it comes out thicker, if that makes sense. So they're different for different reasons. Okay, so Laurel, I would probably use like a layer of fabric medium around where you want to outline it. And I would try it on a test piece and see if that helps. The sparkling brass product this is the acrylic metallic paint in sparkling brass. Okay, may I please play in your craft room? Oh, Sophie, oh my gosh. If only if you agree to help me clean it. Okay. Help me clean it, you can come over. All right. Does yes, the contour pen, not necessarily thinner consistency necessarily. I think the consistency of the products is about the same, but it's the nozzle which can kind of controls the flow of how it comes out, if that makes sense. All right. Any other questions? Anything else? I don't know what we're doing next week. We're going to be doing something else next week. You guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you. I think this was super fun. And I want to just show you my pumpkin now with my other little Halloween themed projects. And I think it just works beautifully with my tablescape. Yes. Okay. Homemade cookies. Perfect. I like chocolate chip. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Thanks again for being here. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see you again soon. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.